The Sweet Baby Inc. recent developments has been quite hilarious. But let's take a step back. Let's think about this. Really, what's happening publicly is the tides changing, where you had a lot of normies, even bigger names out there that would, of course, take the generic social justice leftist position, approve of it, or worse, I'd argue, be they know something's wrong, but they were utterly just silent on what was taking place because it wasn't socially expedient to take a position opposite of them. Well, now that's starting to change a little bit. Normies are kind of waking up to this, and more people are speaking out about it, especially as it started to infest games. Now, Sweet Baby Inc., not the only kind of firm that exists that's been a part of this whole thing. And before we get started and really the crux of what this video is about, I want to backtrack just a little bit and let you guys in on what Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in and what it is they do. You can see some of the games that they've worked on. They did some script writing for Suicide Squad, the recent video game. But what they do, narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Their mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video games industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive. All the buzz terms are there for everyone. That's what it says. Now, what recently happened is that there's a Steam creator, and shout out to the Park Places where I'm reading this from. They do a good job of kind of summarizing what's going on. But Chris Kindred, who works for Sweet Baby Inc., and they beg their followers to mass report a Steam creator and the creator of it, because all they're doing is tracking what's going down in the industry and the games that they're involved in. Sweet Baby Inc., that is. You can see the tweet right here from Chris Kindred, and they're claiming that it's a harassment group. It doesn't make any sense, but they are a harassment group. When really the only thing that's happening, and this person said, report the F out of this group. So they wanted people to mass report it. Of course, it had this kind of strident effect because this is when this picture was taken. They're up like tens of thousands of followers, if I'm not mistaken, this Sweet Baby Inc. detected. All they're doing is detecting, and shout out because I think the creator of it actually follows me. Shout out to them. But they're just detecting what Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in, right? And it's not having it's not landing that well with those involved in a Sweet Baby Inc. Like I said earlier, you're getting normies that are involved. Sweet Baby Inc. confirmed to be attached to Xbox's Fable reboot. Basically, right now in this day and age, and it happens quick, does it not, guys? Anything that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in, people are going to be questioning it. That's just the spot that they're in right now. Now, the reason why the Sweet Baby Incs. of the world exist, and it's odd, but this is what happened. It's not just in video games, obviously. These consultation like firms that exist are cashing in on this new mega corporate push to look good and in terms of the diversity and inclusivity and all this other bull crap. So you have these firms and these DEI fake jobs that exist out there in which they are being paid to be brought in to help them diversify, make their video games, in this case, more inclusive. That's solely what they are there to do. They tell you that's what they are there to do. Now, the reason why you're going to see these, whatever the actual product is, take a hit because they're not prioritizing, obviously, and we're starting to see this, like making this better, be it your game in terms of its narrative, because you're worried so much about checking boxes. And there was once upon a time where there's a period of time where that's all everybody wanted to do. Now, like I said earlier, what's changing right now is that even with the normies, people are like, yeah. They start to feel some kind of way when they see that you're beating them over the head with this, and they see this as something that you are prioritizing. So Sweet Baby Inc. did this to themselves. I mean, they solely exist for this type of stuff. But I think what they didn't account for, and it's not just going to be them, what they didn't account for is that the people that they are in favor with, or it wasn't even favor, it was more like coercive, if anything, extortive. I'm using that very loosely, not in a literal sense. But they're like, people within the industry that knew this was jacked up, they didn't say anything in fear of losing their jobs. Same thing could be said for the corporate entities. It's like, hey, we want to bring you in only to make us look good, because if we don't have you involved, well, you're gonna be tweeting and all this. They're gonna go get some viral tweets going and saying that you're not inclusive, or saying that we're not inclusive as a business. That's the type of strong arming it was. And instead of just telling these guys no, which is the way you deal with it, they said, okay, cool, we're just going to invite you in. So it's not like the companies aren't at fault. All you had to do was tell them no. But it is going to be interesting because, like I said earlier, you're even getting normies that may have been on the other side of this starting to speak out against this. Cultural shift, I don't think we're there quite yet, but we'll see. We'll see.